Guys, welcome back to the channel. Earlier I gave you a rule for multiplying negative numbers. The same rule applied. The same rule for multiplication is the same rule for division. The same rule for addition is the same rule for subtraction. Negative times negative is going to give you a positive number. A negative divided by a positive, or the other way around, doesn't matter, is going to give you a negative number. Alright? So, just write that down in your head. That when you multiply negative times negative, is positive. When you divide negative times negative, positive. Alright? When you divide negative into a positive, or positive into a negative, it's going to give you a negative number. Okay, so here we have 3 divided by 1. It's going to give us a positive number. Alright, 1 into 3 is what? 3 times. Any number, 1 divided into any number gives you about the same number. Now we have 6 divided by 3. A negative, a positive. Our answer is going to be negative. 3 can go into 6 2 times. Negative number. Here we have a negative and a positive. A negative and a negative. Negative divided by negative is going to give you a positive number. So 3 can go into 9 3 times. Alright. Now we have 14 divided by 7. And then you're asking me, what do I mean by division when I'm seeing this vinculum bracket here? This also means division. It's the same thing as, alright, we could do it 2 ways if you want. We could do 14 over 7, we could say 77, 1, 14 into 7 to 14, 2, and 2 over 1 is the same as 2. Alright? Or we could just do it this way then, where the denominator is always going to be the divisor and the numerator is going to be the dividend. 14. 7 into 14, 2. And your answer is going to be 2. So, one was a positive and one was a negative, so your answer is going to be negative. So whichever way you want to do it. Alright, it's the same thing. It's the same thing as saying this. 14 divided by 7 equal 2, and your answer is going to be a negative 2. Let me separate it, negative 2. Alright, so if you want to do it this way or this way or this way, it doesn't really matter. Alright, for a negative and a negative again, do you want us to do it this way? 12 into 6, 12 into 12, 1, 6 into 12, 6 into 6, 1, 6 into 12, 2, and your answer would be a 2, and because it's 2 negative, you're going to get a positive. Or if you want to do it this way then, to say, okay, let me turn the denominator into the divisor and the numerator into the dividend. 12, 6 into 12 goes 2 times, and my answer is going to be 2. Or you want to say 12 divided by 6 equal 2. In one of the 3 ways you want to do it, the answer is going to be 2. But remember, it's a negative and negative, and your answer is supposed to be a positive. If it's a negative and a positive, your answer is going to be a negative. Alright, so your answer here would be negative 2, and your answer down here would be a positive 2. Okay? That's basically the little rule you can come up with for yourself and try as best as possible to figure it out that kind of way. You know, once you put these patterns inside your head, you know, when you're going to your examinations, you are a little bit more confident when you have this played out in front of you. Alright, so what you could do when you go into the exam, the first thing you do when you go into the exam, you just write these rules down on the front of the paper, so that they can guide you as you go along in your examination. So if you don't have to be trying to wonder and to find out, what should I do? But you write down these little formulas on the front of your paper, and they will guide you along as you go through your examination.